So I think one of the basic issues with AMCs is that we tend to think inside out. We tend to create products and then we say that this is very good for the customer, whereas the customer is actually looking for a solution, not a product. So the way, and I don't know whether I speak for all other AMCs, but the way we've evaluated our strategy, we've been a late entrant and we're wanting to differentiate ourselves from day one. We realize that mutual funds in any case do not have that sort of strong positioning in the minds of an investor. Okay, some people think, I think it's been a Cafe Mutual survey which talked about mutual funds being another investment avenue apart from equity and debt. So in that sort of a situation, not having a strong positioning of your own is going to be detrimental. So what we did is we did two things. We said that number one, let us focus on a set of attributes which are core to us, which we believe are relevant to the customer and differentiated from competition. And we'll apply this set of attributes across our business strategy, our product range, etc., etc. The second thing which we did is, rather which we have been doing is, we take these attributes out to the end customer. Now the end customer could be a distributor, it could be your investor, but in what we call as an outreach program, and test these attributes. We did that around 4 years back and we came back with a very clear differentiating strategy based on our strengths and weaknesses. We did it yet again a couple of quarters back. In fact, I think last year we did it again just to test the stability of our strategy, and we came back with very, very revealing insights. So this is what I think AMCs should be doing and could be doing. I think some of the AMCs which have a very strong positioning either as a brand or as a business strategy are already growing quite fast. So the ones which are not growing have some reason to introspect and find out how they can differentiate, because product and pricing do not create a moat around your business at all. It's a very interesting question, because till the time we talked about it as a product, we said that these are the features, this is the volatility, these are the returns. We realized that there was only so much we could talk to people about. But the moment we flipped it around and started talking to people about it being a low volatility equity fund and how it could help them in their portfolio and how it could be a retirement solution and how it is not necessary that you need to have a very aggressive volatile fund. A fund like this has something which can help you. It can bring down the volatility in your portfolio. I think sales have shot up. So as the name suggests, it is basically a fund for all seasons. It will bring down the volatility in your overall portfolio. Okay, and if I can draw a very colloquial analogy, you know, when you see a one-day match, you typically tend to remember a Virender Sehwag innings, which is swashbuckling, and you give him the benefit of doubt whenever he scores a six or he gets out. You normally tend to gloss over a Rahul Dravid's contribution, but what few people realize is that he's got a much better average, primarily because he remains not out. So you need to have funds which have lower drawdowns, which is exactly what the absolute return fund does. And people are now seeing a 6-year track record and appreciating this much more than ever before. Yeah, so what we are doing is we are working on a barbell strategy. At one end of the table, we have some very smart, strong track record oriented funds in the equity space, which are now gaining traction. But that will take a lot of time to scale up, and everybody has ambitions to grow. So the erstwhile ambition to grow was fulfilled by fixed income funds. We realized that there is something again which is core to us, relevant to the customer, and which we believe could be differentiating to competition if we think through it right, which is the ETF space. At this point of time, the onshore ETF space is very, very limited, and I think it has started picking up steam. But we believe that simply because of that, there is limited competition. We probably could bring an edge to the table, which is what we've done in terms of our products, how we've structured them, or our tie-up with MSCI, and we're very excited by the growth prospects this particular investment avenue offers. You will also realize that the government of India is looking at ETFs. Provident funds are now mandated to invest in ETFs. They're looking at disinvestment through ETFs. So this discussion 2 years back would have looked very theoretical. Right now, it looks very exciting. You know, one of the things you will realize in a country like ours is that if you get the execution right, scale will automatically follow. And execution is the most painful part. It can take 6 months, it can take 6 years. The absolute return fund which you were talking to me about, for the better part of 5 years, it was sub 100 crores. Since September, it has jumped another 250 crores, just because the execution was right. The track record was there, the dividend payout was there, the solution orientation was there. ETFs will go through a similar phase. You know, if people are expecting ETFs to jump overnight, I think it's a fallacy. there are several structural issues which need to be taken care of in terms of ETFs, but we're getting there.